What the D is going on? Hey, Hammer. How's Portugal, by the way? We are just kind of setting up here, everybody. Gonna flip our little coin here. Oh, it's that one. You're good. And I will bring them back in. They were going crazy. Toss a coin to the Witcher. So that coin actually just kind of depends on which way Terra's character faces. Lots of trees and shit. Hey Phasian, hey Void, how's everybody doing? Oh, they're still yapping. Alright. What? How goes Ranch? I am going well. Gonna be on Night Rain. Nice. Take pictures went up, but y'all see what I cook. Nice. Excellent, man. That sounds like fun. I'm a bit of a photographer. Cool. Cool, cool. They are going crazy in my ear, man. They are so loud. What is going on? Hang on. I'm gonna fix my audio before I pull them in. There we go. Alright. We got that going.
Reposted the tweet.
Bro always boosts our stream.
I'll make a post about it on
Put it in
YouTube
content
as well.
alerts too.
Yeah, put it in content alerts, man.
Doesn't my name show up in that? The
Yeah, I was about to
Yappenheimers,
say,
aka
doesn't
the players.
Doesn't the bot automatically pick that up anyway?
I'm pretty sure I'm attached to the Sapphire bot. But I could
Yeah,
be
you are.
wrong.
Let's see.
We've officially doubled.
Plumborn.
We've definitely like doubled the Pathfinder campaign or the category on Twitch. Good job, everybody. Tripled it.
Hey.
Incredible.
Beasts.
Let's go.
The Yappenheimers, aka players.
Yappenheimer is crazy work. All right.
It's a little bit crazy.
How
Live
dare
now.
you call Skylar out like that?
Call Shorty
Yeah,
family
you're right,
the
you're right.
slopper the way she be giving
I just
cool.
just realized I forgot to put everybody's name back up on the.
Yeah, I was about to say, buddy.
It's
we're
because-
a little bit nameless.
Yeah, it's because I had it set up for the one-off last weekend.
Nameless.
I got it.
But then
that one off is still prepped in the chamber for
Yeah.
future.
I had this all set up so that like we wouldn't have to, because we had like a Hammer and other
Gambling.
guests potentially coming on, so I was like, I don't want everybody's character name there. I had even actually moved Tara up to the DM position and me down to his little square.
That's fun.
But yeah,
What you're saying
ready.
is Tara is the one in control right now.
A little
Not
bit.
this week.
not this week. I swapped it back. I just forgot to put everyone's name back on. Also, I'm listening to my more of Portugal, my man. Nice.
I'm glad I'm
Dude.
getting to start a session as Crooks for once.
Yeah.
Hammer, I think you will enjoy Mountain Joy as well. If you liked Portugal, man.
Speaking of, I made a grenade.
You
Of
did, in
darkness.
fact, make a grenade.
I live
Remember,
for the
we're
chaos.
allowed to be here.
You are, I'm not. I didn't come in with you guys.
Oh, yeah, speaking of, I forgot, I was going to lower my volume up. Nobody told me last week that, like, my mic was incredibly loud compared to everybody else's.
I'm so sorry. I did not
It's
know
fine.
this because I have your stream muted, buddy.
Chalk it up to hating you.
I mean, that's fair,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Didn't even argue. Come on, bro.
I will say I'm currently having a Marvel Rivals streamer in another
Welcome,
tab
man.
just so I can get the drops.
Oh my
No, that's all good, man. So,
I do have your streams a lot though.
to recap where everybody is, because it's
Yippee.
been 2 weeks now.
Uh-huh.
You guys, so Crooks had snuck off and sort of done her own little thing, sneaking into the military quarter behind the king and his procession, and has sort of been
doing shit I'm not supposed to.
yeah, and has sort of been sitting in the shadows basically, crafting a darkness bomb, and silently, I'm gonna say that you've also sort of been silently watching them because you kind of like one eye on your craft, one eye on the guards and stuff going around because you don't want to be
As a
caught.
s- Yeah, as a smart person would do, honestly.
And then the other guys, everybody else in the party who didn't just
Mhm.
slip off to do their own thing,
Funny.
decided
Mhm.
to sort of pose as like emissaries of a sort and are gifting the king a rifle that has been crafted from, I believe it was Sunshine Silver or something like Sun Silver.
Sun Silver.
Very pretty.
Yeah. And with the help of the Bowyer has gained an audience, kind of a late night audience, last of the day sort of a thing, with Killring. The way we are currently positioned, and I put you guys on the wrong page.
Whoopsies.
It's
I thought you were doing it for like a suspense sort of thing, so I didn't.
I
see
also
anything.
thought you were doing it for a suspense sort of thing.
I mean, I did it as like a generic
Dade
starting
Rand.
thing. So I'm just gonna put it
Finally
on this
big
screen
map.
for now. This is the shitty map of the Camille
The
Garage.
endless paint map. that you
Wow.
made.
They are
Oh.
currently up in the military quarter here. Bamir is kind of basically in the shadows around this area, and the rest of the party
My bad.
is up there.
Amir, aka Crooks, in her skin.
Sorry, Crooks, yeah.
Why that's there.
And the rest of the party is like up in this kind of area next to the gate, which I had a picture of, but it was really shitty, so I got rid of it.
Hey,
Um,
shitty drawings are like.
Nah,
the
it was
norm.
it was worse than this. But the Oathrise Gate is a 50-foot tall, like 30-foot wide, massive
Ah.
gate. The party has been led to a sort of section of the wall to the side of the gate that has a couple of guards standing next to it. They don't know yet, but there is a small door there. Bamir, we're not gonna like retcon anything. You were in the fact raising your arm to throw this grenade. But I would like a perception check really quick because there are some things you could have noticed while you were crafting said grenade.
Okay. I can do that.
Yeah.
I believe.
Perception. Yippee!
I don't
That
have the
is
game open, that's my
a
thing.
26, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, so things you might have noticed. First and foremost, so the way this kind of timing has worked, in the time that you took to travel up to the area, the party traveled to the crafting hall. So while they are crafting, you are crafting, kind of a thing. So this is sort of happening simultaneously. We're just backtracking a little bit because I didn't get to it
Convenient.
at the end of last session. You would notice that the... Of course. Of course!
Oh,
Nice.
Dad, we're playing Pathfinder.
I know, right?
So,
Mr. Skylar's dad, please.
so you would notice in like the 2-ish hours, 2 maybe 3 hours that it took them to craft the gun.
Yeah.
You have seen the guard change only once around the gate. So that would lead you to potentially believe that it's on like a at least 2-hour rotation, maybe more.
Makes sense.
The big gate has not opened since the king went through it. In fact, you haven't seen anybody approach the gate since you got there.
Also makes sense.
The only other like really noticeable thing is the building on the like far side from you has had a decent amount of traffic. Not all of it military. Some of it seems to be like craftsmen. And they would like go in with a cart or a bag or whatever of something and come out empty-handed.
Interesting.
Um,
Funky.
So you have noticed all of that, and you are now primed to throw your grenade as your party has come up from the Forge District and is standing next to the wall at this point. Since it is technically your action, I suppose, are you throwing said grenade?
Fuck it, Weeball. Chuck it.
Hermes with his finger over the eject button.
Ares, this action will have consequences. The dwarves will remember.
Dwarves will remember.
Okay, so you said in the last session that you were kind of looking for like barrels of gunpowder or supplies of something that you were throwing it at, right?
I mean, it's darkness bomb. It won't float anything, right?
Right. Yeah, it's magical
just
darkness.
wanna
It's basically
get
gonna
as-
explode in a big black inky cloud.
Okay, I want to make it so that I can make it to the other side and get across the gate while people are distracted.
Okay. So if, oh, man, I should have put
I
the
just made a
other.
giant inky smoke bomb, didn't I?
Yeah, you basically, like what octopus, how they like ink and then swim away.
You made me ink.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do basically.
sense.
Okay, so the gate is here. You are kind of here. Roughly, like, you want to try to throw it to like towards this direction so that they run that way, and then you're trying to like slide up to the wall, or exactly.
Yeah, roughly around that area.
Okay.
Makes sense. This is
As
gonna turn out
you
terribly.
More than
I
like,
believe in you. This is gonna be
as
great.
you throw this grenade, yeah,
Yeet.
go ahead and give me a stealth check.
I can do it.
Everybody else, you are
That's a 20.
waiting. Okay, you guys are waiting at the door, or kind of the wall there. The craftsman has knocked on it in like a special pattern, and is kind of waiting. Just before, like, just as you sort of hear this rumbling, as the wall sort of, an outline of a door appears on it, and the rock starts sliding down to reveal an opening. Behind you, a large, like 60-foot radius darkness cloud erupts into existence, and the guards all are now at attention. It's not like a panic crazy, but you have guards are pouring out of the barracks now, and they are like scouring the platform. You guys hear like a horn kind of going off, as basically it's all hands on deck. There's a klaxon basically going off. People are under attack is how they're interpreting this.
Oh God.
well, guys, we do have plausible deniability because we were here.
I didn't do it.
You didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Exactly.
Exactly. So
And they
thankfully,
pull a truth spell on you that you can't say shit.
yeah, you guys are not under immediate suspicion. However, there are guards kind of circling you because you are foreigners on this platform.
I raise my hands in innocence.
Technically,
you're facing the opposite.
How would you
way.
even know
I was
that?
gonna say, technically speaking, Callie doesn't know. This is like maybe.
She can,
Yeah,
she can
I'm being
sense.
surrounded by guards.
I mean,
She
you're
can
being
sense
surrounded by
the-
guards.
The
She can
frail,
sense the
innocent woman.
darkness. She was
That's true.
molded by it, after all.
I was molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was
Fucking
already
Callie
grown.
raises her hands and she's facing the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll.
Facing the very wrong direction.
Slash GR is for GM
Looking
roll,
at the
right?
sky. AKA
Yes.
the ceiling of this cave.
Oops, that's a 1d0. That's not what I meant to roll.
This rock is rocking.
Skylar, you are the luckiest son of a bitch, or daughter of a bitch, as the case may be.
Yay!
Um,
I'm taking it as a win.
the guards in their like urge to sort of scour the area, the training grounds, and the kind of your target of the bomb, manage to not see you particularly.
Fuck yeah, I
You
win.
like it's one of those scenes where like the guard literally runs like mere inches away from hitting you, kind of a thing. Like he almost, if he had just turned his head to the right, he would have seen you. But
Fucking
he
gaming.
he runs right by.
Must have been the wind.
It must have been the wind. The luckiest son of a
The
bitch.
area
around.
is still really, really on alert, but you are able to get basically to the the western junction of the wall, if you would like to. It is also worth noting, I guess actually before I do anything, as you kind of make your way that way, the party, are you guys doing anything in particular?
I could do something,
You
but
don't
I
have
don't
to do
know
anything.
if it'd help our case or not.
Well, first of all, I don't even know if I'm holding the gun or if I just have it in my pack.
It would be like you're like carrying it in a box.
I was like, my brain's trying to calculate how to do this without being stabbed immediately. What's going on?
Also, apologies everyone if an ad plays. I turned them off, but I don't know.
Try to put the gun down on the floor, like the box. It's like,
Dun, 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 dun.
The guards that are around you just kind of look at you and then look back to the darkness cloud like you didn't see that.
I can't see. Could you please explain?
Can you explain for my
She
blind
Ellie still
friend
has her
here?
hands up.
well,
They're like way up in the
apparently,
sky too.
Bomb went off, I think. But I don't know why we're being surrounded.
The guard that looks most like the captain, or is likely a captain from what you can surmise, just kind of looks at all of you as standard protocol. We are now going to escort you off of this platform. You are to be returned to the Forge District. Your audience will wait until tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh,
Damn.
Okay.
Anyway.
And so assuming you guys willingly go, he and his like 4 compatriots are going to march you past the darkness bomb and off into the Forge District along with the craftsmaster.
I'm gonna play up the helpless blind role and hold on to the captain. Not like grabbing him, but like hand
Like
on
damsel in
shoulder.
distress, arm
Sure.
around the shoulder.
He he tries to shrug you off a couple times, but after a while it's just like fine, whatever.
This is my life now.
Not hurting nothing.
It's like he can understand by now that you are blind, and so he's assuming like, okay, fine, she needs some guidance, and apparently none of her friends are good enough to help her. So
No,
I
she's
mean-
going to the highest position of authority. That's who's the most helpful, always.
Makes sense, makes sense. Who was the highest position of authority in our group then?
Now, what kind of idiot would throw a darkness bomb?
I wonder who.
So, Crooks, you're now at the corner of the wall, and you see your friends going back down the mine shaft, or back towards like the mineshaft forge district. They're being escorted by a few guards.
Time for you to leave.
Time for me to head towards where the king went. Bye.
No.
I mean, if you want.
No, I'm kidding. I'm actually gonna leave.
Okay. Are you sure?
Cause I mean, I could, but I don't think going by myself to where assumedly evil magic king is would be a good idea. I don't want to get jumped.
Well, that's the entire thing that you did since
This is true.
since the last session.
Okay, I
which was
came this
2
far.
weeks
Let's
ago.
go and see the king. Woo.
Okay. Do you have any form of detect magic?
Maybe.
Oh, this is gonna be a really good chat.
Goddamn.
Didn't I make a detect magic device?
I don't remember. Did you? It would be on your character
I-
sheet, hopefully.
I think I did.
Sure.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, you made the little like dowsing rods.
Yes, I did.
I remember that.
Because I'm smart.
I don't remember what you made them for, but I remember they were dowsing rods.
Yeah, they were dowsing rods. I think we were making them for like something in like
You
a
very
village.
well might be.
I can't remember what,
This
but it was
gate
for
is not
a
meant to
magic
be
thing,
broken
so I
through.
kept them.
Was
At
when we
all.
were hunting down the big snake ritual thing.
Yeah, big snake.
That's right. That's
I
right.
Forget the dowsing rods.
Okay.
Because they're
In
compact and
that
foldable.
case,
Fucking big brains.
what are you trying to do? The gate is closed. You did see the faint outline of the door that was opening for your friends and compatriots. Man, I thought I turned ads off.
Uh,
So, but the big iron and obsidian or adamantine gates are definitely shut, and that door that was opening for them is also been resealed at the event of your smoke bomb.
Can I see if the door will open again? Or can I see if I can open the door? That's a better question.
You can try.
Alright, what am I rolling for this?
I guess it would be spellcraft. Is that the Pathfinder equivalent?
Yeah, spellcraft.
Spellcraft? Alright, I got a 12 in that bitch. Don't let me down. 21.
21. That is not enough to open the door from this side.
You bitch.
This is the impregnable Oathrise wall of the Dwarven Kingdom.
From this side, huh? It's like you don't want me to go this way.
I
What
have
would ever give you that idea?
I have designed an obstacle. It is technically overcomable, but
How
No,
do I
you're not
overcome
supposed to
it if
go
I
this
can't
way.
get to the side.
Hey, it's me,
Roll
the
better next
lockpicking
time.
lawyer.
roll better next time.
Better next. I mean, he's not wrong.
He's
Like,
not wrong.
I have allowed for every possibility, but no, you are technically not supposed to be going this way.
I guess I'll just go back the way I fucking came.
This is the invisible wall.
Roll me another stealth check.
I can do that.
And which way are you heading?
Back the way I fucking came, brother.
Okay. As you sort of slink back
Okay.
along the wall westward, and then southward along the western area here, just as you are getting to the gate to leave the military quarter, you are in fact spotted.
Fuck!
You are on the inside of that closed gate. This wall is, you've already scaled it once technically to get in. Like I said, the gate is in fact closed. How would you like to proceed?
Is there a way to get across the other side from this side?
I mean, you can climb back up. You still have your grappling hook.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
All right. Climb check. I'm not going to do stealth since they've already spotted you. So just a climb check to
Yeah.
get over in your haste.
Climb, climb, climb. That is a 19. I don't like how you just sucked in air there.
That is enough to barely make it over. You basically you scramble up,
Just scrambling out.
but you are not going to be able to grab your grappling hook as you leave.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a fashion together thing. I can make a better one later.
Yeah. Give me a reflex save as well,
I can do that.
since I'm not going to involve you directly in combat in that way.
Appreciate it.
Just,
That is a
just
22.
taking pot shots.
As you climb up onto the wall, you lithely slip between a couple of the guards as they take some swipes at you, and you manage to jump down onto the ground on the other side and begin sprinting away.
Dark Souls dodging. I took night range. Just
Yeah.
Bye.
Are you going to try to lose sight of the guards, or are you just going to try to book it to the temple district?
lose sight. I don't want them to follow me.
Okay, stealth check then.
I can do that. Because if they follow me, they... What? Like, one thing off. Oh.
Figured out how to bully Destiny, OBS and Destroying Destiny. Nice. It is also worth noting that there are like arrow slits and murder holes the whole way down the path.
Give me one sec.
Yep.
There we go. Volume button and the power button. Okay, sorry. That is a 28.
Despite all odds, that is enough.
Yay!
So you manage to basically what you end up doing is on one of the
Melt to the
switchbacks,
ground.
you kind of find a little niche to hide in. Niche.
Mhm.
That
A
word is
little
pronounced three
crevice,
different
if
ways.
you will.
Yes, and you kind of and you kind of like squish yourself into it as guards that would be searching for you go running past, and then you basically follow them into the temple district and kind of blend with the crowd. A nook. Yeah. So now you are you have successfully evaded the cops, but you are still at 3 stars.
Let's get it.
You've got the flashing 3 stars going on right now.
You know when you got the fucking GTA reference out?
The rest of you are excuse me, are walking back through the Forge district. The guards leave you at the end of that tunnel, basically. The craftsman just kind of looks at you and is like, I will reset up the audience for tomorrow. For now, you should probably find lodgings within the arrival plaza.
Sure thing.
Maybe.
And so you guys make your way to the arrival plaza.
I was gonna say, or I could flex on those other dwarves about this gun. I'm kidding.
So, as a side note, on her way to like meet up with the other goobers, she will use her like special gel stuff to slick her hair back and put on her mask
Okay.
with her little glass lenses in it, so that she doesn't get fucking blinded.
Yeah, my bad about that, by the way.
It's no problem.
Historically.
You forgot, so it's all right.
I guess gun.
I swear to God, I had. Anyways, okay. So you don't know where your friends are. You just know that they were going the opposite way around the loop, basically, from you. I'll say that you guys basically get to the arrival plaza around the same time. Perception checks from everyone to basically notice each other.
Okay.
Hmm.
Perception.
Unfortunate. It's like
That is a
this perception check
28.
Moment.
Oh no.
Everyone you
I
said?
can't.
Yeah.
She can't see.
I can't see your ass.
Wow, I actually rolled high.
I can't.
Or
I
Unless
that's
can't.
we get
in
within
that
30
scene.
feet of each other. And then I would simply know it's her.
But
Oh
I
my
would
God,
be
why is this
slightly
light
off.
mode?
Why is this light mode?
My eyes. Oh my God, bro. Here.
Oh,
All right, settings.
I get to hear the
Your
double
percent.
ping.
Mode. Oh, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Da-da.
saved. Did I double
Are
click it?
you
I'm
sure
sorry.
that Callie doesn't know that you're supposed to be slightly off at this time?
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Either way, you guys don't really notice Crooks, but she notices you. And just kind of, I would assume, slinks up and basically forms with the party as if she never left.
Yeah, pretty much.
So as soon as she comes within 30 feet, and you kind of, Callie can notice that well, I guess potentially notice, Bamir sliding up, or Crook sliding up, sorry.
Bamir in a different font.
I guess,
I would say she would be familiar.
True. So you guys are now all reunited on the arrival plaza. Presumably looking for an inn. There's a handful of them around. They're all equally kind of fancy or ornate. They're all meant for foreigners.
Very fun.
I'm just gonna say you pick out one. It's, you know, the bronze anvil, whatever. Managed to secure a couple rooms. Crooks.
Yellow.
Roll me a stealth check. Actually, really quick before we do that.
Holding the dice.
Having been already sort of caught, would Crooks go around and try to steal anything?
God, no.
Okay, so never mind then. You guys...
Crooks has some semblance of self-control where it's like, I'm not gonna steal anything because
While
I'm
everyone's on high
already
alert?
on the radar.
Okay.
Also, I want to say along the way, she probably purchased like a cloak or something
Sure.
to hide at least the outfit.
Okay, subtract like 2 gold from your
Yeah.
pocket.
that'd be-
uh,
No,
One
my
dwarf
perfect
size
score.
cloak.
Unless you wanted to just steal it.
I'm not gonna steal a cloak, man. Cloak. I have some semblance of self-control.
Do you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Bitch.
So morning comes. You guys have all sort of gathered, but not yet talked to each other at all. Like Crooks now Bamir is just there. I'll assume you guys fill each other in on your prospective plans, or I guess plan and ruined plan.
You guys filled me in on the plan, and I'm just like, man, that's crazy. I wonder what happened last night.
I'd like to sense motive.
Go for it.
Go for it, buddy.
She seems to be telling the truth.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh shit.
It's actually a character thing with her.
It is.
No, I
hate to say it, buddy.
It's additive
Look.
to your schizophrenia.
But
unfortunately.
had you rolled high
Nobody
enough,
else knows.
had you rolled high enough, I would have allowed it.
You would have sensed the motive in the back of my head. Fucking cackling.
I will say that you do notice she looks like all of you notice that she looks a little different from how she did when she joined you last night. Unless you did not unslick your hair back or whatever.
Oh, she washed her hair. She's
Okay.
like, man, I must have sweat a lot last night. Just fucking washed it.
Yeah, so she does look a little different from how she did, but I mean, generally
Plain
speaking,
hair
it's
for
still Bamir.
I got my eyeliner on. Sorry. Forgot to wash it off. It's waterproof. And the eye bags are there, obviously.
Interesting.
So you guys fill Bamir in on the plan to be gift givers to the king, and Bamir, you have a note in your pocket with all of the stuff that Crooks noticed while you were in the military district.
What the fuck?
Primarily
Did
that
I
like the guard changes no quicker than every 2 hours, and there was kind of a handoff procedure, and that there is traffic to and from the little building, but not really the main gates.
It's in like her fancy cursive font. She would be the type.
Sure, it's whatever font you want. It's Crooks talking to Bamir because Crooks is aware, but Bamir's not.
And she's just like, why the fuck is there a n- talking about all this shit? I just sort of like tap Alexandril on the shoulder, like, hey, here. I don't know where I got it. And I just hand him the note.
The rest of you are now privy to this information.
You're
I
welcome.
was like, why be about?
Hey.
Gives it to the orc. Sure.
That's racist.
You speak you speak common, right? You can read, right?
Yeah.
kind of sort of the de facto leader of the group, so I'm just gonna.
No, I'm not. They're fucking Varyar.
No, I'm not.
I don't trust Varnar.
That's
I
definitely
trust
Tiberius.
Varnar.
What do you mean?
Hold on. I trust Varnar as far as I can throw him.
Oh
Which
my
is
I could
gosh.
probably
very
throw him pretty
far.
far.
Do I overhear that?
I didn't say that.
You guys
Hmm.
are all next to each other, so anything you say in character, like the other person would definitely hear.
That is not in character. But I'm just saying,
Okay, all right.
if
I'll
I
keep that in
was-
mind.
Varnar, I think I could throw him a good ways.
if Benvir was, if Bemir was there, if I was Bemir, I would not trust the hoity-toity elf bitch.
All right, dude.
Oh, hoity-toity.
Hoity-toity is
Not
a crazy word, by the
hoity-toity.
way.
It's like if Alexandra said, "I distrust Bimir as far as I can throw her."
It is extremely wild that you would not trust an elf, but you would trust an orc.
Yeah.
I don't trust elves.
I'm just
Aren't
saying.
you an
I
elf?
got abandoned when I was a child. Why do you think I distrust elves?
Well, not
Okay,
all
is he
elves,
your
but-
dad?
With the
No.
tragic
Actually-
backstory. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't
was
that be a
about to
plot
my
say
twist?
God.
I don't think
Yeah,
we
me
ever
saying
figured
that
out
though.
why exactly I got raised by a human.
Yeah, that's.
Welcome back to this episode of Family Feud.
We know
I
why
just show
I
up with
was
an
raised by a
extremely old
witch.
man. This is my dad.
Oh, wait, no, we don't. We
No,
haven't
we don't.
actually talked about Callie that much.
We really haven't. We just let her in and just didn't question it.
Look, we're not good at backstories and narrative yet. Or at least I'm not.
Fair enough.
You guys presumably head back to the craftsman, correct?
Yes.
Or would you like to do something else? An orc will only stab you in the back if you're already wounded, and an
No,
elf will do it
an
just to
orc
prove
will
they're
not
better.
stab you in the back. An orc wants to look you in the eyes.
Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
Looking at you lovingly in the eyes.
Yeah, dude?
Sometimes orcs are very prideful creatures, so if you're already hurt and they find you, they will not bother to kill you unless you're at your peak performance. That's
Fair.
like a different type of like orc.
It's like, I'm
compared to
not
other orcs. It's
going-
like because you know how there are many variants of orcs in general, and I don't know which orc ranch is using right now.
I'm using a basically homebrewed version of orcs because orcs and Pathfinder are
bad.
usually basically savage beasts.
Sort of like warband tribal folk. Or
Yeah.
I wonder who the chief is.
Probably my
good
dad.
enough.
Kidding.
I had at some point somewhere in one of my notes there is actually like a tribe of orcs for things.
War chief.
But back to the story at hand. Sorry for the
Yes.
tangent there, everybody. You guys make your way back to Kern the bowyer, and this time the craft guild hall is bustling. There are people going to and from, transporting stuff around, actively crafting, their crafts, weaving and dyeing and whatever.
But yeah, we didn't come here at night this time.
Yeah, this is like, we'll say like late morning. You guys kind of took your time to get up and stuff, and kind of debrief each other. The guildmaster comes out and greets you. It took some work, but I managed to secure us a late afternoon meeting, so we have like 3 or 4 hours before we can head up there. Hopefully, whatever that attack was yesterday doesn't happen again, but they are. You will have to mind your manners. They are not happy right now.
Of course.
I'm not surprised.
Mind our manners.
I guess
I
since
think-
we do have the time, I could just service the gun so it's actually in more pristine shape.
Sure. Yeah, you guys have like 3 to 4 hours of kind of like downtime to just kind of do any sort of prep or anything that you want to be doing.
I'm gonna work on my lightsaber.
Ooh, I had forgotten you had that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get
I
back
want my
to. Do you
lightsaber.
remember what stage you were? I think you had the hilt already done, correct?
Yeah, I just gotta figure out how to make the crystal do the thing.
Figure out how to make the crystal do the thing. Correct.
The
Very,
laser
very
beam.
specific. Very,
No, I
the
understand.
laser beam.
I understand.
Makes so much sense.
Go ahead and roll me a craft check.
Craft check? Don't mind if I fucking do, brother. That's a 35.
Holy moly, you managed to meet the fucking DC.
No.
I have a
Gamer.
I have a 19.
You know
in
what we say
crafting.
around these parts? Meets
haven't-
beats.
I have a 19 in
Yeah.
crafting, and I rolled a 16. 35.
You spend those 3-4 hours. Everyone else, you kind of see like basically little minor like magic explosions and stuff going on as she is tinkering with this crystal. Every now and then she'll like curse because she'll like burn herself or whatever. Like, you know, minor little like as you
Like
would.
wave her hand and like suck her thumb. or
You're
something.
basically trying to engineer a live wire at this point.
Nice.
So, but through all of your like knowledge and know-how of artifacts and energy and magical stuff, you do manage to basically align it so that it will emit. However, it is currently a like cannon. Basically, it just kind of shoots out. It's a blaster at this point. You don't have it able to be contained into a blade just yet.
But I got something.
Yes, it is a extremely volatile, unpredictable blaster of energy at this point.
Oh, Alexandra.
Oh no, don't involve him yet. I was going to seek lessons in manners from him.
No.
Well,
Or, no, Marino, sorry.
I was
Oh,
like, why
yeah,
are you
go ahead
asking
and- yeah,
orc
go-
and orc about
Go ahead and
magic?
kill Go ahead and kill Alexandra. That's fine. You're good.
Yeah.
it will take all of the like 3 to 4 hours for you to do that, so you won't have time to like do anything else with the
That's fine.
almost
I just wanna work
lightsaber.
on my lightsaber. I
Uh,
will get this fucker to work, and it will be awesome.
Callie, you are seeking manners lessons from Varnar.
Yes.
All right, go
I
ahead and
want to
do
have a
so.
moment where I make a shitty, like, drawn-out door thing. I want to have that moment. It will be awesome.
How do I
Varnar,
act proper around the king?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's important to always mind your manners. Remember your honorifics, your majesty, your grace, sire. Is probably about as informal as you can get around these parts when you're talking to royalty. And of course, don't look them in the eye if you can avoid it, or unless you're told to do so.
I don't think that will be an issue.
Ah, yes, of course, yes. For you, that should be quite easy. Well, you're off to a good start already. Isn't that lovely?
Yippee!
I love Varnar constantly stepping on his own toes when he fucking forgets that she's blind or whatever.
It's really funny.
I'm not even doing it on purpose.
These fucking, I love these faux pas, man. They're perfect.
Smacks him in the back of the
so,
head.
yes. Well, would you like to learn anything about perhaps dining etiquette? And then I'll like roll a diplomacy check to show her how to do that.
Sure,
Oh, sweet
if you would like
Jesus.
to.
Is it diplomacy or is it? Would it be like something
Actually, you
else?
know what? We should.
Maybe nobility. Maybe nobility.
nobility.
Yeah, nobility.
All right, gotcha.
You're
I will roll
learning.
knowledge nobility.
Okay, first of all, you're learning table manners from an elf
go.
that lives in the forest.
24.
I was from a city.
Does Callie
Ish.
have knowledge nobility trained?
No. However, I think I have something that allows me to make a check once a day. Yes.
Okay.
I will seek knowledge from a very specific trait that I have and attempt the skill untrained.
Okay. uh,
It's hard to know which fork to pick up when you can only feel so many things at once.
yeah, there's a lot of
indeed. I
sensory
suppose-
overload.
I suppose they would feel about the same shape, wouldn't they? Even if they're different sizes. Hmm.
Isn't it supposed to be?
Can I get? I'm gonna ask for a favor from one of the craftsmen.
Sure.
Bamir,
Yeah.
I
What
need
is it?
something to. I need something to uniquely identify the sets of this silverware. And I show her the things. Anything that.
Are you trying to find silver?
No, no. I need to be able to know what I'm grabbing without looking at it, just by touch.
He needs a device
do?
that separates the
Thought-
dessert spoon from
I'm
the
basically-
regular
yeah,
spoon.
well, yeah. To go out of character, I'm basically
Jesus.
like trying to push her in the direction of braille dots without telling her, because I wouldn't know that
It's
because I'm not
just
a
fucking
craftsman.
Callie. It's just for Callie.
What does
Yes.
it matter who it might end up being? Oh, all right.
Okay.
I kind of
immediately
jump a
cuts
little
in.
when I realize she's right next to me.
Can I
Marinard
like?
just kind of like hops over a little. Ah, yes, of course.
All right, all right. Does Callie know how to read Braille?
Well, I would suppose that simply having a
Braille
unique
isn't really a thing yet.
well, I would suppose just a unique shape or modifier would allow her to tell
Alright.
them apart. Supposing
Yeah,
we
got
taught
it, I
her
got
and
it.
made it consistent.
I got it. Fucking, I
Not,
take
not to
out.
tell you how to do your
language.
job, of course.
Thought
It's
for
just like
silverware,
that-
I can't wait for them to try
you're
to
supposed to
I
go
like-
modify the
inside it.
king's silverware, by the way,
I
chat.
like pat my hand over
That's
his
gonna be
mouth, like,
hilarious.
I got it. I
Well,
take it off and I grab like some spare metal and I just sort of make little spoons with little symbols behind, like, you know how some spoons has like the manufacturer on the back where like the handle is,
Mhm.
like that, but it's like different shape. So like dessert spoon has a little cake, yada yada, etc etc.
Wow, that's really intricate.
Damn straight.
Looks like you
I
spent
make
your
only
life
the
on
best.
during this 3 to 4 hour time.
I was gonna say,
It's like a 5-minute thing.
not if you're making a
Looks
whole
like
fucking
that-
cake.
No, it's like a basic shape thing.
I,
So like a rectangle shape with with like a line on top for like a candle or something.
Yeah, the person who's been blind since birth knows shapes.
I know. I'm going to hand it to you. I'm going to tell you what the shape means. Dumbass.
You're having too much fun with this.
Fuck up.
Varnar, I'm also
Anyway.
going to say that with your nobility check, you actually know a little bit of like the customs of dwarves, or at least nobility of dwarven customs and stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like I like what would be a faux pas, what would be appropriate.
Yeah,
that sort of
so you are
Okay,
able to kind of
here's-
pass that along with everybody.
Here's the real question. What
I figured that would
can
be mostly
Callie
that.
read? Because fucking whenever you write like on actual paper with a pencil, it usually leaves like a vague indent. Is she sensitive enough to like,
It's literally a
feel the
hot
characters
stick of
or something
rebar.
like that?
Yeah,
or is there a version of Braille that Callie would know?
I would think we would have to invent Braille.
I'll invent Braille.
But
Fuck it.
she does technically have a means to let her know what to grab, but I can't say without just giving it away.
yeah.
That's just fucking hair.
It's not an issue
No.
of
It's not
her. It's an issue of just her not understanding noble etiquette because she's a fucking orphan.
Yeah. Who was raised by a witch.
Fair enough. But we'll do it like this. I will put a letter on each of the spoons as like the first letter of the name of the spoon. So like dessert spoon will be a D, yada yada yada.
Sure, the utensils are all properly labeled with the first letter of whatever that it
And
uses.
then I'll
Neat
take
family
the
tree.
time to go through each spoon and tell her what the symbol means.
Bro, I don't have
like,
time for the
okay.
Deek family tree. I spent 16 hours on maps.
Oh yeah, it sure shows in the map. That was
If
crazy.
you saw the map that I made, which probably won't be until next session, but
Probably.
depends.
But,
Anyways,
Yeah, I go
Because we
through the
keep getting
spoons and I tell her
sidetracked.
what yeah, I go through the spoons and the forks and the knives and shit. And I tell her what each one means.
perfect. Tiberius, are you doing anything in particular in this time? Or are you just kind of floating around?
He's just aura
Is-
farming.
Is there a well, I was thinking I could go get another or like
The
a
n-
second hammer
The next time
that's
we have downtime, I'm going to fucking invent Braille.
A second
It's-
hammer?
Spite.
decently well made.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you're right next to the Forge District, the Craft Guild Hall. The Arrival Plus actually had a plethora of shops, so you could easily find like a Dwarven Warhammer of sorts.
Yeah, what's
For your
the
size.
best two-hander that I can get?
He's just window shopping.
Let me roll you a dice for myself. Do weapons. Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. Two-handed. You're looking specifically for. Do you remember what the weapon type we used for your hammer was?
Great hammer, probably.
The Lucerne one? 1d10 or 1d whatever? Or 1d12?
It was a
Or
D. It's a D12. I don't.
Okay,
remember
yeah,
the
it's. I know it was this one then.
Oh, okay.
You would be able to find. Well, you could find a +1 version of basically the same weapon. It looks a little different because it's dwarven, dwarven quality. So it's got like the hammer on one side and kind of the pick on the other.
Mm.
But yeah, you could find the +1 for I forget how magic items work. I think it's 300 for masterwork, and then
God, he's learning how to power stance.
Beast.
we will say that he is selling it for 2,000 GP, and it will come with a
Damn.
randomly rolled thing image.
Damn, Skylar says that she doesn't know how much gold I had to spend to make 2 guns in a city.
A lot.
Damn, Skylar says that she doesn't know how much gold I have.
Damn, I say.
Yeah, so it would be a it would be 2,300 because it's also masterwork. So 2,300 for the full thing, and it will come enchanted with something.
Oh, 2,300.
Yeah.
Okay.
And... Where is that table for rolling with the magical weapon thingy?
Oh,
Terra.
Mm, mm.
I swear I
If
have
it's
found every other tab.
+1.
Yeah.
Scroll down a little bit there.
Thank you, thank
Do
you.
note that some of these require certain categories. Like some of them can only be slashing or piercing.
Right. Ah, here we go. Pretty sure that one is a slashing only. Yep, of course. You would roll keen for the fucking hammer.
Yeah.
What's this one? Nope, that's not useful. This is one. Okay, it comes with grounding, which basically means you can safely touch electrical charge surfaces without harm.
Oh.
And you also get a +2 competence bonus saving against air or electricity-based effects.
Okay.
It's made him even more immune.
Yeah, those are actually pretty good.
I think you mean for the hydrate?
When it's immune.
Take a sippy quick.
Everybody take a sip quick.
Actually, yeah, I
Got a
will.
little quick sippy in already.
What? So yeah, you can go ahead and purchase that if you would like. It is otherwise basically the... So what you would do for the attack is it's going to be the same damage, but you make a check the masterwork box and then give it enhancement +1. I think that's everything. Varnar, we're gonna say it may not have necessarily taken the entire 3-4 hours if you want to do anything else, but otherwise we will move on.
You're cutting out,
The only
buddy.
other thing,
Oh,
yeah, you cut out a little. The only other thing he would be doing in that time is, just praying, resting.
okay, cool. I just didn't want your
Praying.
turn hijacked by Callie doing
Whatever.
stuff. So,
Would I put the +1 in damage mod?
if you check the masterwork and in the I think it's ENC next to the masterwork, it starts as a 0. If you make that a 1, it'll automatically calculate it for you.
Automatically make it. Alright, you're still
Yeah.
cutting out, by the way.
Am I really? What the heck?
Mm.
Wild. I wonder if it's because my face
It's
isn't
not-
pointed at the mic. Maybe if I do that,
It's
it'll be
almost
better.
like you're getting too far away and it's just cutting.
Yeah,
off that.
the
Yeah.
mic was pointed to my right, not directly at me. So hopefully this will fix it.
Yeah.
So it's not... Do you mean where it says value 0?
So if we're looking at the attacks
Or where
or
it
at
says-
the weapon,
Or is it next to the name where it says Warhammer?
yeah, next to the name there's that MWK box. You would check that, and then to the left of that is E and H. You would put that to 1.
Oh, put that to...
Yeah, and then it'll
Alright.
automatically calculate everything else for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I could have showed him my gun. It is masterwork. Both of them are actually.
Yeah, so you guys go ahead and you kind of finish your preparations, and you are heading back up to the Oathrise Gate here. You will note that, again, the Forge District is incredibly busy. There's a almost constant stream of people coming from the forges and up and down the mine shaft via these sort of like gated iron lifts on a pulley system. The lifts themselves are big enough for easily like 10 dwarves plus a couple mining carts. Like they are massive elevators to go up and down. At the edge of the tunnel here, which I didn't erase the opening on. Oh my god. Dude, it's the minor things that get me. You will notice that the guard is effectively doubled. There are like two there where there were like just 2 guys standing, there is now 4. And as you kind of
Fuck.
as you proceed up the kind of switchbacks, you will notice kind of just via noise and glancing around that through the murder holes and the arrow slits, you can definitely see there are more patrols of booted feet kind of walking around. And then same when you get up to this gate, they have doubled their guard essentially. And the military quarter is just a flurry of activity. Partially because, again, it is now daytime, so things are just more active in general, but also they do seem to be on high alert.
Good job, Sky.
You guys get up to Oathrise Gate, and the craftsman does his little special knock.
Bum,
And-
bum, bum.
Yeah, exactly. And the doorway, after a little bit, again, the magic kind of lights up around in this sort of standard door size. So, like 7 feet tall, maybe 3 feet wide kind of a thing. And then the rocks Guess, was that me? Friggin' Bamir sitting here. Did I do that?
Did I do that?
Oops,
I'm
Steve.
like, man. It's like, oh man, this shit crazy.
And like I said, so the rock within that kind of outline kind of like shifts back a little bit and then starts slowly sinking into the ground. And as you watch it lower, you see another section of the wall behind it start lowering a little bit afterwards. So it's kind of like a domino effect of these kind of going down in like 4 plates worth, because this wall is like 20 feet thick. And once they are all down, the craftsman or the guard, one of the guards on the outside, starts heading through, and then the guildmaster follows him and kind of waves to you guys to follow him in.
I follow along.
Yeah. Once you get through, the guard that led you heads back out, and the thing behind you seals up.
Oh God.
And as you are looking forward, you are faced with this 120 feet ish long, dark hallway. It's basically like polished stone all the way around. On either side, you can see like covered ramparts and guards walking back and forth. This is essentially a kill box you have just walked into. But the guard, the guildmaster just kind of continues on as if nothing strange is going on here. But yeah, this is the King's Hall, and along the sides, kind of up and definitely out of like arm's reach, are these faces of like what you would presume is Kilring, since he's kind of the founding king of this city. There's like 10 of him carved into the like Mount Rushmore kind of thing going along the hallway
Just
here.
one guy?
Just him, over and over again. His face, like they put his face up, and then like 10 feet down they put his face up again, 10 feet down they put his face up again, kind of a thing. It is too where Callie likes to stay in the middle of the group, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to be a little too wide for Callie to see those faces.
Say quote.
Gas chambers are more like acid chambers. Everyone else can make a perception check if they would like to sort of
I'll do it.
observe the architecture.
This wall looks like wall. 32.
All right.
Drabbery.
I was gonna say anyone over a 20, but nobody got over a 15 other than Bamir. So,
I was about to say.
Bamir, you notice that each of those king faces look like the jaw might open up.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
That's not good.
That's a trap if I have ever heard of one.
Are we in the fucking Chamber of Secrets? What is this?
No, it's
We are in the
the King's
we're-
Hall.
No, I think we're more in the chamber of that's got a gun in it.
It's got a gun in it.
As you guys kind of proceed, you will notice that it is like almost deafeningly silent in here. The only sounds really are the sounds of the guards kind of behind these walls on either side that are patrolling and watching over you as you proceed
Fun.
down. And then you come up against the sort of like a smaller version of the Oathrise Gate. This
It's a
one,
baby gate.
it's still ornate, still, iron and adamantium, like strong gate and everything. But
Baby
it
gate.
is a little bit smaller, and it leads directly into like the castle courtyards, basically.
Fun.
Here the guards kind of hold up a hand and look particularly at Alexandril, who I think is distracted at the moment. Oh, you're back. Okay.
Hmm.
They look at you, and then they look at the box. What is it?
It is a gift for the king. If you want to check, you can. I promise to you, it is not anything Bad.
It's not loaded.
No, it's not loaded. Why would I fucking bring in a loaded gun?
He steps forward and opens the box as you are holding it and looks it over really quick. You see him kind of cast a spell that Varnar and Tiberius, you might even recognize it. It looks like he's doing basically like detect magic, trying to figure out exactly if anything is enchanted on it or if it's a danger to the king, stuff like that. Satisfied, he closes the box again and shouts out in Dwarven for them to open the gates, basically. And these gates slowly swing open and allow you into the courtyard. Which then leads up into the castle itself. When you enter the castle, I wish I should have. I made a boo-boo and did not put these on separate maps, unfortunately.
Ranch learns how to crop and duplicate the image.
I am literally doing that as we speak.
We take a little
Gamer.
bathroom break.
Yeah, we can take a bathroom break. I gotta set up a few things anyways, so we can do that.
Oh, beast! I'll be right back.
Yeah, everybody take like a 5-minute chat, stand up, stretch.
You got it. You got it. See less.
It is a good call. This is going to be called... Oh, actually, I could just put it on this one. I'm a genius. He said to no one in particular.
I gotta tie up my hair really quick. Give me 1 sec.
You're fine. We're on a break anyway. Actually, we'll just... I don't remember how big this was. That's what she said. It is...
And the headphones are back on.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Of course it wouldn't fit quite exactly. That'd be silly.
Little piss boy, little piss baby.
And just because I want to be funny...
Oh god.
Fog of War, please. Right there. Turn on Fog of War. Perfect! Reveal areas. Oh, I hurt my head too much for this shit. How do I... Polygon review. Wait a minute. Isn't there a way to... Son of a bitch.
Holy hell!
You good?
Pissing.
Fair enough.
I've been holding it for like a half an hour.
Apologies, I got caught up in my storytelling.
Nah, you're good, homie. You didn't know. Whew.
Perfect. And then I can send you guys here, and very hopefully... Actually, I'm going to experiment first with just the chat guy. You go here. Perfect. Alright, yeah, everybody else can come here too now.
Oh. Oh. All the way down at the bottom.
Yeah, all the way down at the bottom.
Where are we?
You'll be kind of
Left or
in
right?
basically here.
Oh. Oh.
This is essentially a little like waiting chamber. First it was just a black censored box. Yeah.
Bro, they put a fucking earwig on my blanket. The government.
Oh my god. The bugs are back.
Bugs are back.
If you want, you don't necessarily have to, since we are currently still in narrative stuff, but all the way down at the bottom of this map is a lit up area for you guys to be in. I didn't realize it was so small. I should have made it a little bigger. That's okay. It's just meant to be like a waiting room anyways.
It's a nice waiting room.
It is very opulent.
Good word for it.
I have my moments. Felt like my use of the word lithe earlier was pretty good too. I don't know why, but I really like that word. Lithe.
It's a good word.
It's a good perk in Dead by Daylight.
It's a good perk. Got a good mouthfeel, you know?
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
We win, dude.
This needs to go to the token link. Boy, oh boy. I forgot to put us on the BRB screen. That's okay. I technically wasn't AFK, so.
My family was geeking out over a beetle.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
that's crazy. I just had to send an earwig to the afterlife for the crime of trespass.
Earwig
Beast.
just.
Understandable.
He got what was coming to him.
He's literally like in the little mesh net that we have on our windows, so I just closed the windows like, okay, now he's not a problem.
He
Jesus.
deserved it, didn't he?
Yeah, now he's sandwiched.
Get what you fucking deserve.
I don't know. Alright, is everyone back?
I've been here.
Yeah.
You guys enter through like the main doorway and are let out into this high ceilinged vaulted ceiling waiting room. The floor tiles are a mixed inlay of like stone, precious metals. These
Oh, this place bougie.
These
Got it.
are large kind of golden and stone pillars that are basically holding up the ceiling. And then these are just like little stone benches for people who are waiting for their audience with the king.
Got it.
I forgot to put the dwarf
Little,
guards here. I'm on the wrong fucking screen.
Of course they're made out of stone. That's
I mean,
thinking.
they are in fact
They are, in
dwarves.
fact, dwarves. Very true.
Ignore that he is standing right there. He's not supposed to be right there. He's supposed to be right here. Whatever. He's standing behind the bench. He's not in the bench. Oop. Down either this way or this way, left or right of the room here, are two different hallways. They kind of ostensibly they lead out into like the rest of the castle proper. But they are definitely barred from your entry. You are not allowed to go those ways. At least yet.
Fun.
Oh. Little dwarvy boys.
After a short wait, there's also going to be like a couple people, kind of like nobles or craftsmen, that are kind of sitting in these benches. I'm not going to put them on the screen because that'd be way too much work.
We check. We look at their eyes and they're like dead.
No, they're alive. They're very clearly waiting for their
I
own.
mean, like dead eyes.
Oh,
like,
dead-eyed.
Man, I want to go home.
This is the DMV room.
Yeah, the dwarf
DMV
MV.
room.
But yeah,
We're in
so
the DMV. This is crazy.
after a short wait, and another guard kind of comes out of the large, like sturdy, like mahogany and carved doors here.
This desk is mahogany.
Yeah. the ornately carved doors, mostly with motifs of kill ring and like a battle axe, and various sort of like legends of
stuff.
dwarves and stuffs. Yeah. And then you guys are going to be led out into the room, which I will now reveal if I can click the right thing.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Eh.
I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shiny.
These are the same sort of golden and stone pillars holding up the vaulted ceilings of this audience chamber. In front of each is a dwarven guard.
Neat.
As a quick side note, because I forgot to describe them, or I guess I described them a while ago, but they have like black steel armor. It's like pitch black. Looks
Evil armor.
I mean, it's
Good
not
sword.
evil, but it's definitely edgelordy.
Yeah.
And then each of them has like a tower shield with an emblem of, or a sigil of like a battle axe inside of a sort of like mountain triangle. So think of like, the typical kind of like two-peaked mountain triangle.
Hey, Wrench.
Yeah.
Can you explain a tower shield for me, buddy? I am dumb.
The
I don't know
big,
what's a
big
big
shields.
shield.
The big shields
It's-
from Night Rain.
Yeah,
Like the big squares.
Oh, like the tall ones, like the riot
It's like
shield.
it's
Yeah.
like a door,
Yeah.
but a shield.
Like a riot shield, sure. Yeah.
Yay.
Full body shield, basically.
Thank you.
Or I guess 3/4 body shield, technically.
Quarter body shield.
But yeah, so they all have like I said, the axe within the mountain on them, and like these kind of flowing burgundy-ish capes. You are invited to enter basically, and sort of proceed at a walking pace if you're following the craftsman up till about
Yeah.
here.
Fun.
Seated.
About where?
Sorry, scrolling up like right here-ish, the last gray row on the map. This is a raised platform in 2 tiers. In front of
fun.
you sits an older dwarvish man, very
Old
clearly
man.
ornate armor. Presumably this is Killering Torvin the Third.
It's the king.
He has his hair is kind of graying at this point. He's got a braided beard and like a battle top knot kind of bound back behind his crown.
Fucking man.
On the back of his chair, you can kind of see like the back of a shield is there. And then next to him is an ornate battle axe kind of leaning up against the side of his throne. On
Nice.
his right, your left, is a slightly younger dwarf.
Probably a prince or a princess.
Yeah, he has sort of auburn hair, very much built similarly to Killring. He has
built like a fucking brick house.
he has a 2-handed warhammer sitting next to his throne, and then here is an older dwarven lady. She has red hair, but it's also graying.
The queen.
Yeah, while these two are wearing sort of ceremonial / ornate armor, she has just a burgundy dress with resplendent like jewelry and
Oh,
necklaces and
she's
stuff.
Fancy. She
It
knows
is-
she a bad bitch.
It is worth noting that these 2 guards bear a slightly different sigil on their armor. That being specifically a red garnet stone is embedded into their gauntlets. This one,
It's a secret service.
ignore the fact that it's a dude. It's actually a woman.
Oh.
She is wielding
We're
a.
often mistaken for dwarven men. Beards.
She,
Sorry, I had to.
she is
Oh,
wielding
yeah,
like
the
a
headband.
buckler and a spear.
Mhm.
And then this one is instead of the like axe and hammer motif, has a hammer on it, flipped in a reverse orientation in the same mountain motif.
Y'all, it's the dog guards from
Any-
Undertale.
Anybody with like a +2 in intellect would presume that maybe like these are the king's personal guards. That's
Yeah,
probably
probably.
the queen's, and
It's
that's
the Secret
probably the
Service.
prince's.
The Secret Service.
A +2. I only have a +1.
Well, then you don't know.
I could definitely intuit these things.
Yeah.
I can herm and haw a bit to figure that out. I will
Oh,
say I do.
I
have
forgot
+2.
the most important bait.
Oh no.
Behind the king, sort of like here-ish. It's kind of hard to see behind his throne, but you can definitely make out that there is something standing there.
Something.
Yes,
I don't
something.
like. That sounds ominous.
It
I don't like it.
resembles a almost like a standing mirror,
Ew.
but crudely cut at the like it was basically carved from the stone, just kind of.
Are we gonna have a Snow White moment?
No.
Damn.
It
Got excited.
is roughly like 4-ish feet tall and maybe a foot wide. The general appearance of it would be obsidian. If any of you can imagine what that rock looks like.
Oh,
Obsidian
interesting.
glass or just
So
obsidian?
it's like reflective.
It is, yeah, it's like semi-reflective. But the reflection,
Is it obsidian
not, like,
glass
fully
or
po-
just
It's
obsidian?
not fully
Just
polished,
obsidian.
Sky.
it's not fully polished.
But
It is a magic item. It doesn't matter.
it's if
True.
it's glass, like it's gonna be obsidian glass.
It's not glass.
Bitch, I never said it was. It's called
Tyler,
obsidian glass
obsidian
because it's
is still
shiny.
slightly reflective. You goober.
It is
I will kill you.
a slab of obsidian
Okay?
I'm a
that
rock
is
nerd. I know my shit.
magically
I'm Mexican.
enchanted.
I know my obsidian.
Fuck you.
That's crazy. He's not wrong though.
I literally
Raj.
have a piece of obsidian in real life, like within a foot's reach of me, and I
Alright,
can
got
tell
me.
you, even though it's a rock, it's still shiny.
Yes.
I never said it wasn't shiny. I'm
The-
just trying to figure out if it's obsidian glass or not.
It's not. It's just a
It's
rock of
obsidian.
obsidian.
It's obsidian.
It's just obsidian.
Mm.
Moving on. It is
Moving on.
enchanted, or at least magically something, to resemble a mirror with sort of a smoky, think like the Mirror of Erised kind of look.
Oh, fun. We have a Deathly Hollows on our hands.
The mirror isn't a Deathly Hollow, though.
I know it isn't. I don't know.
Come
where I
on,
was going. I don't know where
bro.
I was going with that, okay? Leave me alone.
Holy shit.
I'm just trying my best.
If anyone would like to try to discern what that is, I would need an Arcana check, I believe.
I'll do it.
Is probably the most
Um,
apt. Or
It's not quite within my range.
it would, yeah.
I got a
I
14
think just the
Arcana.
king is.
I didn't roll a 14. I just have a 14
Yeah.
as like my thing. Anybody else? Anybody else want to try me for it?
What are we trying to do?
We're trying to see if the mirror is like magic or some shit.
I think I could do it. Hang on, let me check my.
It would be
spell.
knowledge Arcana.
How's your Arcana?
I'm trained in Arcana.
I mean, anybody who is trained
How
can make
high
the check.
is your trade in Arcana? How high is it?
Decently high.
17.
Not crazy, not great.
I got a
Scooter-
14.
I mean, I
What's
do get a
the-
plus. Do I get a +2? If
You
it's
can stand as
alive?
far forward as Alec Vandrel is. So you could stand up next to him and technically be able to see it.
I will stand up next to him.
Do not stand up next to the evil
What did
king.
you ask, Varner?
Do I get the +2 to identifying magical creatures or just items? Or, like,
It
is
says-
the rock in between?
I will say you get the +2 for that because it is a magic item. Oh, well, it's for spellcraft, but that's fine. Either
I'll
way.
also give a very, very deep curtsy. But instead of holding the like hem of my shirt, I'll
Your,
grab
your,
my
Hold your
hand.
hair.
Hold your hand.
Curtsy with your hair.
Mood.
Bamir, make a check if you would
Ah!
like.
Why?
I mean, if you want.
Yeah, I'm doing it. That's a 19, brother.
Okay.
By the way, 14 in that. By the way.
14.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5.
So you are not really able to discern much beyond the fact that it is magical, and given its proximity to the king, you would assume that that is probably the Morzarak,
I'll do it.
which is the item that the priests and everybody were kind of talking about that the king found in the mines.
Evil mirror. Got it.
But beyond that, you guys can't really discern anything about it. It just has sort of a magical aura about it.
It's got magical juice flowing from it.
As
I still don't
you
know where I was going with that.
as you guys kind of assemble there, the guildmaster bows to the king and starts this big flowery speech. It's just a shitty mirror that isn't very transparent. Yeah, of course, it's just nothing, meme.
Totally.
But
I trust that as far as I can throw it.
he introduces you guys, particularly Alexandrel, as the craftsman of this fine gun, and kind of motions for you to reveal it to the king.
Like, go
I
on,
just-
show him.
I just like carefully open the box, put on my
What's
gloves, and
that?
just lift up the gun to him and just kneeling down. I was like, just presenting him in a proper-ish manner.
The king, who had kind of just been sitting there, leans forward a little bit and kind of rests his hand on his knee as he kind of looks at it with interest and signals one of his guards to basically come up to you, grab the gun, and carry it up to the king. Who then proceeds to
Okay.
sort of, give it the once-over, looking at it, mumbling to himself.
Looking at the pretty craftsmanship.
He then looks at Alexandrel. And you made this?
Well, yes. If you do not believe me, I can show you.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
He had begun to scowl
notion-
until you added the Your
notion of
Majesty.
Yes.
The
notion of Callie
character just,
fucking-
like trying to get it through to him. I was like, Your Majesty, Your Majesty. After all those etiquette lessons.
Like the panic coughing.
Yeah. Perfect.
I could just imagine like the stare, like from the
Also,
office.
give me a quick second. My family's being goofy
Mhm.
again.
Now you good, bro. Just pause in place.
Nah, since he's kind of since he's off doing stuff with his
Freeze
family.
frame.
For sure.
The king just kind of raises his eyebrows and looks at everybody else. To what do I owe the pleasure of this gift?
Oh. I ain't saying shit.
I think now would be a good time to explain the whole evil relics cultist thing.
Yeah.
That's an out of character thing.
Yeah, probably. It'd be a good idea. Alright, who wants to explain to the evil king, man?
He's not evil. He just has
Sorry,
an
darkness
item that
aesthetic
cultists are
king.
likely interested in.
Yeah, sorry, the darkness
Oh.
aesthetic king. My bad.
In fact... Nope, never mind. I'm going to stop prompting you guys to make checks. I'm going to have you decide to make them yourselves.
You gotta walk on your own now.
I just-
Actually, that's a very good prompt. Does the king seem influenced by any sort of...
That was the
Yeah,
fucking prop he says after
I
I
just-
was about to
Rand
say,
I just want to stop,
Can I s-
like, playing the game for you, is the problem.
No,
so
please play the
Can I
game for
sense
us.
motive to see if
Yes,
he is,
absolutely sense motive.
overcome By...
Yeah, let's sense motive on this bitch. Like, are you evil, or is the darkness aesthetic
well,
a thing?
I can detect evil at will, so
Yeah.
buddy.
you don't detect evil from the king or anybody in the room, actually.
Thank God. He just has a darkness aesthetic, and I respect it.
You just goth. It's not a phase.
It's
just
not a
not.
phase, Mom.
It was never a phase!
Does anybody else want to sense motive, or are we just leaving Callie to do it?
I'll try.
Because this would have been
I
like,
think
you
I'm-
guys would probably have done this as you approach the king. unless you are just
Yeah.
not caring.
Nah, I'll sense motive. I'm trusting at a glance. 21.
Perfect. Ultra edgelord.
It's-
Yeah,
It's always good to double
Look,
check your facts.
he's a tragic villain.
He's a tragic villain. He's
Uh,
Batman.
Anybody who rolls a 20 or higher would notice that, like, he is sort of he glances frequently at the mirror, but he doesn't seem untowardly like evil or malevolent
Does
in any
the
way,
mirror
shape, or
tell
form.
you to commit war crimes?
Yeah, my sense motive to see if he is particularly influenced by the thing behind him.
Yeah.
You would
indeed.
definitely notice that he is he glances at
Does
it
the mirror tell
frequently.
you to kill your family?
You can see him sort of shift or move on occasion, and it seems to be correlated with like a glance at the mirror, basically, is what it is.
Suspicious.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. That's an evil mirror. Mirror
Uh,
on the wall. Tell me who's the baddest
DM
bitch of them
Terra,
all.
actually.
Tara.
Huh? Oh, I'm being typed to in private.
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
Look at your DMs, brother.
I am. Somebody
Third.
else is also DMing me.
Oh,
Oh.
god. Got a double feature.
Oh.
I don't like that. What have you learned? You can't tell me though. What's in that brain? I need it.
Alexandra, are you back?
I mean, why
Okay.
else would I roll?
I thought maybe, well, you
Real.
might have been rolling just because you heard but weren't available to like do anything. No.
Okay.
So the king has asked, why the gift is kind of where we were before the sense motives.
Yes.
Been sensing his motives all day.
Varnar is going to eye up. Varnar's going to eye up Mir and the rest, as he was a bit out of the loop, and the last time he tried to bluff, it almost went really bad.
Do not
Just tell the
bluff.
truth to him.
Thinking back to the church.
Let the high charisma bard do it, man.
Wait, we have a
Not
bard?
We don't
technically a
need
bard, but you know what I
charisma
mean.
for
Oh,
just
yeah.
telling the truth.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are just telling the truth, there's no bluff checks or anything like that. You're just
Yeah.
telling the truth. Good thing you have the unstable cannon gun. Meme, I would like to point out.
yes,
Let me
the
zoom
war
out for
crime.
you. There
What was the
are
truth again?
16 guards within proximity at this
We are,
point.
we're looking for.
I'm not doing
We're
it, man.
okay. My brain just remembered who this king is. This is the king we were worried about
Yes.
going overzealous.
Yes. He
He's
has.
not, Evil.
He's not evil per se.
He is certainly being influenced.
He is being influenced by the mirror, and for those who made the sense motive check, you would assume that like everything he does is for the best interest of his kingdom. Like he firmly believes that he is a righteous
Can I sense motive
and
the
king.
mirror?
I mean,
I'm telling you.
it's an inanimate
the
object,
mirror-
so like not
Okay.
really.
It's the mirror from
Never mind.
Snow White, bro.
Not quite.
No.
Snow White was a good guy.
Not quite.
Told it like it is.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying the mirror is evil inherently. But
He's
I'm
not
just
evil. He's
saying
just
it's-
misunderstood. Exactly.
He's just misunderstood. He just wants to be a diva. All mirrors want to be a diva. really.
As you all look at each other, he seems to grow a bit more irritated. Just, well,
I don't know what to tell him. Don't tell
Truth
me.
be
Yeah, I
told,
thought that we
Sire.
were telling him.
Truth be told, sire,
Yeah, there it is.
we are here on behalf of the people. They
On
are worried
behalf
for
of
you.
the people? On
They are
behalf of the
concerned
people?
That you are I side eye Bamir with the like biggest elven scowl I can muster.
I didn't say it in character.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm gonna
Your
start.
don't know
subjects
if
are
I'm
I'm
just
worried.
gonna
saying it in
start taking
character.
things as in
Subjects-
character.
Yeah. Your subjects are worried that you might be working yourself into an early grave, my liege, and we came to assess the state of your health. I'll let that hang.
Uh-huh.
He
Uh,
looks at you and is silent for a moment, kind of scowling,
sweet.
and then he just barks out a laugh. Worried for me? I am the king under this mountain. The city worships me, and I lead them to glorious victory and a long-lasting legacy of dwarven excellence.
If I may offer a unique perspective, Your Majesty.
Says the person who can't say.
His gaze, he kind of turns his head to look at you. Speak.
Going to like both hands up and step forward just slightly over the line.
Waddles up.
The guards will grip their weapons and kind of like half step towards you, but don't make a move just yet.
If you cannot tell from here, I am quite blind.
Do you need
Uh,
help getting up? Are you good?
No, I don't need help.
Okay, just asking.
But I do manage to see in a ways. And from all I can see, what is behind you is affecting you in a similar way.
There is no way this could go horribly. I believe.
He scowls at you for a moment. This heirloom is but a stone, nothing more. A
Mm.
curiosity we unearthed in the lower shaft, polished and puzzling, yes. But the doom some whisper of. No. I am as strong as I ever was.
We're not saying you're not strong. We're just saying that the mirror might be a little bit funky.
Are you saying that in
Uh,
character?
No, yeah, just saying it.
I-
Putting it out there.
I don't doubt your strength, your Majesty. I just.
Give me a perception check.
Perception?
Yes.
Will you perceive this?
Oh,
Is it sight-based perception?
You would notice that these two
Mhm.
shift in their seats a little bit, kind of as if they're uncomfortable. Something you
Well,
have
that's
said
not
has
good.
resonated with them, but they dare not speak up, basically.
You're like, oh snap.
Got it. John.
struggling to find the right words.
You knew, buddy.
Even their graces behind you sense that you are affected. But again, no doubt to your strength. But
The
whatever
strength
that
of the
artifact
mind
is,
one easily swayed. I will be saying that in character.
What did you say?
The strength of the mind can be easily swayed.
He will glare at Bamir.
Your Majesty, I say this with the mind of somebody that works in the magical field. Magic isn't always out and in your face. It is a subtle whisper in the back of your head. You don't notice it until it focuses and it takes over your head.
You
I say
think
this from experience.
I don't understand magic, elf?
Never said you didn't. Never said you didn't.
I have been on this world many, many decades longer than you.
I don't doubt that.
I have seen things, been to distant lands. The Morzarok helps me. It guides me to the glory of Gamilgarad.
What is Gamelka? I say under my Varnar says under his breath.
Gamilgarad is the name of the city.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
The
My bad,
kingdom,
my bad.
even.
I also thought you said
No, no.
something else.
I thought you said a different word. I was like, what is that?
Gamilgarad. The Morzarok is the stone thing. Gamilgarad is the city. Again for Callie, because
Mhm.
and I guess probably Bamir, because she had such a high sense motive to begin with, and perception to begin with. The prince and the queen shift again, very clearly. Like again, they have very clear respect and love for the king, but they don't necessarily agree with his assessment. This would be your sort of I
What
guess
is the
intuition.
city- How do you pronounce the city's name again?
Gamilgarad.
Gamilgarad. Bleh. Okay. Fucking locking in. Thank you. If the glory of Gamilgarad is so important to you, then don't you think that having an outside influence telling you about the glory of it and how to reach it should just maybe be taken with a grain of salt?
He did say it was an heirloom.
I understand it's an heirloom and it's probably been in your family a very long time, but again, any outside influence that is not coming from your own thoughts should maybe be taken with a grain of salt.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I was gonna say,
I
hey,
can-
Skylar, you would count.
I would count, but I don't know about it.
I almost want to
That's
ask.
a 10.
He leans back and kind of scoffs at you. An outsider, warning me of outside influence.
I'm
That's
not
all
saying to
saying.
follow my advice. I'm just saying to follow your own advice and take things with just a bit of a grain of salt. Don't listen to me if you don't want to. I'm just offering a second opinion.
Your Majesty, the Morzarok is sentient.
He
Yes, it is.
he does sort of raise his eyebrow at that. And how would you know?
Again, I offer unique perspective based on how I can see as a blind individual, Your Majesty.
I mean, you could put the gun down if you wanted. Oh,
Didn't
actually,
you
no,
take
no.
it?
The king has the gun. You're not holding it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, the king has a gun, remember?
It's basically like
Well,
kind
no,
of
'cause I had to
setting,
leave for a
resting in his.
second.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's
Um,
right. The king grabbed the gun,
Yeah, the king grabbed the gun.
or rather, the guard brought the gun to the king.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to focus and unveil the thing. What sort of check would I make to do this?
Unveil the
Uh,
Morzarok?
No.
Oh,
Like,
your
show
thing.
him that it's sentient? I am confused on the thing.
Gotcha.
But do
Um,
the thing.
what kind of a check would that be? Are you? Don't know. It's not really a spell. Hmm.
Could potentially like, spell craft it.
Sure, do that, and then I will have the king roll like a perception check or something.
Good.
Again,
Or
my
bad.
hands are up in the air, visible. I'm not trying to
Right.
bully. Very defensive.
Please be GM. Haha, it was.
I
Beast.
just bring in the vibe of somebody who does
Uh,
not care, but also wants to get their opinion.
He, to everybody else, you can see him sort of not recoil, but he definitely reacts to something that Callie has done. His eyes go wide for a moment.
Like whips around like the fuck you say?
A unique perspective, you say? Hmm.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Those that have lost one of their senses tend to be more sensible in other aspects.
You see
Something like
him turn and give a long look to the Morzarek behind him. Be that as it may. What I do for the kingdom. And this helps me. Ooh,
Ugh.
what would...
This is great trauma.
May I approach to examine the Moor's Rock, Your Majesty?
He
The blind person.
hesitates, but and you can give me another sense motive really quick.
Oh, you got it, Captain.
Sir, yes,
Damn.
sir.
Kid 4.
Yeah, so you see him hesitate, and he definitely like glances between you and the Morzarek. You then hear his son, who has not been introduced to you yet.
Hi.
He kind of leans forward and whispers to his father, "What harm can it do, father?" And,
Real.
Nah.
And he sort of relents at that point and signals for a guard to guide you up to the
I love this kid.
mirror.
Kid? Is he kid?
I hold a hand out for the guard.
Yeah, he definitely like he guides you up as if you were blind.
My goat.
Oh,
In terms of like, is he a kid, Sky? He is a young man.
He's... Okay, young man.
Like he's not like
quite
little.
he's like
adult.
150.
Yeah, he's like 100 some odd years old. Like he's
Alright, fair enough.
Killering is close to 300.
I still love this kid.
Like he's definitely
gets
like
it.
next in line, like ready to rule the kingdom, kind of a thing.
My goat.
So yeah, you are now presented in front of the Morzarek. Again, it is like the surface of it sort of sheens with this like misty, semi-reflective kind of.
Yes, visual descriptors.
Oh yeah, I guess you wouldn't be able to tell. There's a rock in front of you.
There is a rock.
Um,
Can I like maybe ask if I can also examine it? Just because no see.
you don't have the same sort of connection.
I mean, yeah.
Fucking alright.
Upon your asking, he definitely shakes his head and says, "You stay where you
Alright,
are,
fair
elf."
Alright. That's fair.
I'm going to detect
Surprised he's
magic.
not calling me knife ears.
Detect magic, you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Since I can actually like reach out and touch it, I can do it.
Okay.
A touch-based detect magic. This totally
Um,
won't go wrong.
Remind me how, like, the different stages of detect magic and how they work.
Let me look it up again.
I know that if you like study for a minute or whatever, you get to basically detect.
So the first round, you see the presence or absence of magical auras. The second round, you get the number of magical auras and the power of the most potent aura. And then the third round, the strength and location. And then you can attempt a knowledge arcana check to determine what school of magic it is.
Okay.
It is
Valley
a
Lego.
DC 15 plus spell level.
Okay. So go ahead
And then
and
you can attempt to identify after that.
go ahead and attempt your Arcana check because the king will allow you to just kind of like look at it for a minute.
Boop.
I would say you definitely detect. My character looks angry.
I would at least know what school it is without
Yeah.
needing the Arcana check.
Yeah.
Or no, you do need the Arcana check.
Yeah.
And then after,
Oh my god.
I can
Holy shit!
spellcraft to determine what the exact
Callie,
effect is.
Callie.
Hey DJ, welcome in. Yeah, so in terms of aura, it is definitely magical. You would having no experience with Ouroboros artifacts before this. It is a very like chaotic magic is the best that you would know in terms of aura. The exact like school of magic would be divination, and maybe a little bit of illusion.
Funky.
The exact spell doesn't have a name because I made it up.
Because I made it the fuck up.
But essentially, I will say that you can like determine how it works. You
That's the important bit.
know that in exchange for something, you would receive a vision or glimpse of
The future.
well, either the future or like a faraway place or some sort of like divination, like scry, basically.
Neat.
Is what it would do.
I'm guessing in exchange for a sacrifice.
Your Majesty, are you aware of the cost associated with this?
He sort of chuckles. Of course I'm aware.
What exactly is it? I can't quite tell.
He fishes into his pocket and pulls out a golden coin that is like specifically the currency of Gamilgarad.
Does it need money to
And
tell
he
you your future?
flicks it at the surface, and the coin just kind of passes in and ripples for a moment.
Dude, it's a fortune telling machine.
Oh, what does it do?
Carnivals.
And you see him look.
It eats metal raw.
You see him kind of look into the surface. You don't see anything.
Yeah.
But he very clearly sees a vision of some sort of something happening. You can see his brows kind of furrow a little bit, and he has a look of mild concern for a bit, but then kind of controls his features again, schools his features, and as the mirror sort of re-solidifies and settles, he turns to you. That's how it works.
You pay it to see the future. It's literally like one of those fortune telling vending machines. Carnival.
Also, major apologies, but I have to pee, so I will be right back.
Yeah, no worries, buddy.
This gives me plenty of time to formulate my response.
Yes, plenty time.
Wonder what I should ask.
It's like fucking I forget its name, but it's like fucking Bro, sign an NDA. Oh yeah, I do have to switch back, don't I? Here we go. I like to imagine that whenever we like go to take a break, we just pause the world like in the Emperor's New Groove.
Like Baldur's Gate, just the gray.
Somebody pulls out the remote. I think. I think I know.
You got it, buddy?
Yes.
Very good. I believe in you.
I retorn.
Welcome back.
Yeah. The second coin has hit the mirror.
Sweet Jesus.
Alright, so yeah, he has
Uh.
demonstrated how the mirror works.
Your Majesty, what was the vision you just received of?
Bitches.
He looks at you for a moment. Not really willing to impart everything upon a foreigner,
I
but
mean, fair.
knowing also that you sort of have a, I guess,
I have
resonance.
special eyes.
He just kind of he gets that sort of like distant 1,000-yard stare going. And he just visions, paths not yet walked, a warning,
Okay.
but I will act accordingly.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Do any of these paths involve a cult?
Does it?
He looks at you with actual genuine surprise. A cult?
Fucking mint.
No.
No?
No.
That's surprising. How much you want to bet it's like one of those things where they're feeding him tidbits of the future just so they can gain his trust and then just fuck him over?
It is worth a general reminder. The cult is not the one that make the artifacts of Ouroboros. They simply gather them.
Which is
Yeah,
true.
that's why I'm asking, because they probably want to gather this.
Especially if it tells the fucking
If they
future.
know about its existence.
You make a compelling argument. If.
The Dwarven Kingdom is known for being extremely secretive, which is why he's kind of loath to give you any information.
Which,
Yeah.
honestly, good call.
It's the exchange rate on the mirror. It's technically worth like upwards of 200,000 gold, but you'd have to know that. It's also theoretically priceless to the king at this point.
does this specifically require vision, or is
No.
it
Well,
in your head?
you would know that like it's basically imparting knowledge to you, so you would assume that it's not necessarily vision related.
May I attempt
mirror
the
on the
coin of my
wall.
own, Your Majesty?
If it can only be used by a family, that'll make us like less
He
worried.
hesitates, but then you can also see that he's a little curious as to what you might see. So he nods.
I pass a coin through the surface.
How important is money to Callie?
I would say decently. It means survival. It means food.
Okay. The coin passes through, as his did. Give me a willpower check, though.
Willpower.
Whoa,
Oh, I clicked twice. I'm sorry.
that's okay.
My mouse has been fucking up lately.
Understandable.
18.
You don't know Callie's backstory, so how close was she to the witch that raised her?
Extremely dependent on her.
You see a vision of the witch's demise, of
Oh.
reality unraveling around her as the city of Chalcaria is rent from reality. Things sort of like splinter and pull apart, and it, you can sort of hear, like, it's one of those things where like you see the scream and then you can imagine what it sounds like, kind of a thing.
Like one of those delayed movie effect streams.
Yeah, and you can see that like she is in incredible pain as she is just torn asunder and disappears.
Damn.
And then your vision settles.
I will whisper what I have seen so that only the royals may hear me.
The king nods solemnly. The prince and the queen, however, look at you with genuine surprise and horror. They were not
Oh,
privy
they didn't believe.
to what the king sees in the mirror. They've never tried the mirror, it's only been him. And they both kind of give a horrified look to the king.
Like, bro, you knew about this?
You've seen such things? The king, however, for his, sake, kind of stoic demeanor, looks at him and goes, "Nothing that we cannot handle, and that I cannot save us from."
Is any of what you've seen good, Your Majesty?
Yes. You can see kind of like a soft smile. He goes, "I can see the glory of Gamelgarad,
Yes.
standing atop the continent as the pride and gem."
I feel
Very
like
well.
he's pretty
I-
chill right now, but eventually he's gonna be like cult energy.
As much as it is not my place to give you orders, I would express much caution in the use of this. There's apart from the coin you're paying, the mental toll these visions must take.
He kind of barks out another laugh, kind of dismissively, and waves the guard to kind of guide you back down off of the platform. I am not so old and weak-willed that I have to adhere to the worries of a child. But he
Also-
does have that sort of flicker of unease in the back of his mind because of the vision he had just seen.
I'd also recommend improved security around the Morzrak. There is such a cult involved in gathering artifacts such as this to bring about what visions you and I have now shared.
He visibly cracks out in a smile. I welcome them to try. Gamilgarad is a fortress city, and Tharkolgar, the strongest, most secure castle in the land. No one could break in. You've seen the Authorized Gate. You've seen my King's Hall. There is not a chance.
Talk about cocky. Watch, the fucking door's gonna bust out and there's gonna be like a bunch of cultists there.
Oh, that would be horrifying.
That would be horrifying. But also, I really want to fight something.
There is, at that moment,
Mm,
a
got it.
rumble through the castle,
Had to say it.
and you can see like cracks kind of form in the walls a little bit here and there, similar to the earthquake from earlier, like 2 days ago, basically at this point, or a day ago. No one in the hall reacts except for the queen.
What does the queen know?
She just looks nervous.
Sus.
Well, I've
We should probably
espoused
ask about the
ample warning.
rumblings.
Yeah.
What was the question? Or statement?
What's with the rumbling?
He just kind of looked at you.
To say in like a more formal way, may I ask what the quakes are, if you know?
He looks at you all for a moment. Nothing major. They are
Nothing major.
the mountain shifting. A recent reaction to our mining operations. Nothing we can't handle.
A recent
Creature in
development?
the depths.
He looks very intently at Callie at that remark.
Mm,
Well,
What did you
Sus.
say?
sus.
I asked if there was a creature in the depths.
The rightful assumption, honestly.
He he basically just kind of like gives you the death glare. Of
Oh,
course
yeah.
not.
Bow my head.
Blind girl is crazy.
Yeah, glaring at a blind girl? Crazy.
At this point, no. She knows more than all of you at this point.
Yeah.
uh,
So you said the quake developed a crack in the wall, right?
yeah, like the earth is very clearly shifting a little bit, and so like some of like the floor gets a little bit of crack, or the wall gets a crack here. It's still obviously not going to collapse at any point in time, or at least not anytime soon. But there is
Unless it's
definite like
consistently.
yeah, but there's definitely marks of like actions happening. And as you guys are kind of standing there, you actually even see some servants come into the hall and start patching up the rock work.
Okay, nice.
Oh.
they're very clearly used to covering this kind of stuff up.
The wall's
Can I?
Yeah, the wall's integrity is not going to hold up if it's going to continue breaking like this.
Can I sense motive? Is he being defensive and lying to me?
Is he
You may
being
absolutely sense motive.
defensive? Go, Callie, go, Callie, go, Callie, go.
Noemi.
Yes, he's absolutely defensive and
Nice.
lying to you.
I'm gonna. Is it a serpent, Your Majesty?
It's probably a giant snake.
My entire family is now crash farm. Go away,
Oh, no.
family. We're playing Pathfinder.
They love you. What do you mean?
Bro, I would love to do like a D&D session with them. Get the kiddos in on it early.
Oh, that'd be funny.
He kind of looks at you. It's not a serpent, no. Though, if you've seen what I've seen, I see how you could see that. He intentionally uses the word see, by the way.
The visions are different from having vision. Yes. May we extend our assistance?
If we can dispatch it, we will.
He leans back thoughtfully. What are a few foreigners to me in the glory of Gilmilderod? Very well. I will grant you access to the mines.
Woo!
Bow my head again.
We all bow our heads because we're not idiots. Cough, cough, nudge, nudge.
I took my lessons in nobility quite well.
I also deal with nobles a lot, so I know when to act.
Just don't invite me to dinner.
Just
Don't
don't
invite
invite
you
me
to
to dinner. Bow's in turn, yeah. He gives you a regal nod and dismisses you.
Sweet.
There's something about not turning your back to royals, right?
At least until you're like maybe here.
Like,
He's not
being
gonna
back
expect you to
here.
back up the entire length of the
Yeah, that's a very long road.
that's a long way to
shuffle
walk
right?
backwards. Yeah, no. So as long as you take maybe 5 steps back before turning, he's
I
fine
don't know
with
about
it.
you guys, but I could walk this entire hallway backwards.
Going to curtsy again, take that 5 feet back, and
Mm-hmm.
grab onto Varinar.
Yeah. So
Actually, no, I don't need to pretend anymore. I can just walk normally.
yeah.
you've been
Well,
pretending this-
I mean, the
Aw.
king knows,
I
but
miss-
nobody else really does. But
Oh,
I
I
miss the
will pretend.
hand-holding.
then.
special silverware just to eat. She's blind, dude.
She's blind, man.
Takes her by the hand. You hear from this guard in particular. Oh.
Like father, like daughter, I guess.
Little baby.
As you leave the audience chamber and kind of enter the waiting room, the guildmaster kind of gives you a nod and says, well, I hope you got what you came for with that audience. I, for one, am never seeing the king again.
We are sufficiently out of earshot now, right? Like,
Yeah.
our voices aren't echoing across
Yeah, no,
the room.
you guys are now kind of like, as long as you're not
I
shouting,
mean, bro wouldn't be tough.
you'll be fine. As you guys are leaving and out into the courtyard and even into the king's hall, like as long as you're not shouting, you're just kind of like keeping your voices relatively low. Nothing like
Yeah.
echoes or gets heard by any of the guards or anything.
I will inform the party about what I saw in the Morzarak, and explain that the king is blighted by similar visions.
For
Damn.
those of you who are familiar with the Lyrenathal stuff, which is everyone really except for Callie,
Mhm.
you would sort of recognize this as a similar effect of what was going on during that time. At least the vision of what Callie saw. The unraveling of reality and stuff.
Yeah, we should keep this information to ourselves, not even
Oh.
like the people we need to check back with. We should tell.
Varnar.
Because if this information gets out, more than likely the cult is going to direct their attention towards the
Varner
royal
has the
family.
veil, doesn't he? Not that we know, but I'm just saying as like an out of character thing, he has it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or shroud, veil, whatever it is. You know.
Yeah.
Is it an invisibility cloak at this point?
It's not an invisibility cloak.
But it'd be funny.
Did I
He
tell
actively has it
you,
draped over
Varnar,
himself, I'm
exactly
sure.
what it does? You didn't discern what it does yet.
I don't
he has
believe
not.
I have. No.
Okay.
I haven't really put too much thought into it at the moment. I've just been Varnar's mindset has mostly been to just unravel what's going on here first, and he sort
Holy
of
shit,
chose
it's
to
the
put a pin
final
in that.
shape.
Just to let you know, gamer, we got about 15 minutes till our session time is done.
That is okay because we are kind of wrapping up anyways.
Okay. I might bow out here earlier just to go get a little more sleep before work, but
Yeah.
problem.
I'm
but-
listening in right now.
Next time we venture to the mines.
The children
Yeah.
have left
The
me.
mines.
I'm so
Uh,
glad that audience took that long because I literally planned for.
That was a fun one.
That was cool. Yeah, like everybody like kind of growing into the characters a little bit more was
I
really
almost
interesting
got
to see.
fucking caught.
Bro, I was so worried. I was like, I'm gonna put 16 motherfucking guards here so they don't just attack the king. Each of these guards
No,
have
I believe
150
that. I
HP.
believe that.
It was 2000
Like,
HP
when
just to
you-
get to the king.
When you said I'm taking everything you say in character, when I tell you I started evaluating my thought process because I was like, no, maybe Varnar dickhead here. Maybe he would be chill and posh instead of snooty.
We are in a room full of people who could pummel us to death.
Yeah.
For real.
I mean, you could probably kill a decent number of them, but you would be in trouble.
Yeah, but
I can only
At what
disable
cost?
2 of them at a time.
yeah, exactly.
Like when I was making the map, I was like, okay, you got the 4 guys up by the throne. That's fine, whatever, right? And then I looked at it, I was like, they need more.
Good
Um,
call.
Is
as
that,
a verbal reminder this time, next week
We're not here.
I will not be available, and the week
Okay.
after that, the 6th, I may be late.
oh, you know what? I might actually be unavailable on the 6th. Fuck, I forgot. I'm doing I gotta figure out exactly the times of that because I'm doing a 4th of July thing with friendos.
On the
4th of
6th?
July and the 6th of July?
We're going to a place for the weekend. I don't know if I'll be back on the... Let me see here. Trying to see where the fuck he said it.
Ooh, excuse me.
Son of a bitch. I know he...
Yep.
Whatever. I'll look it up. 3rd through the 6th, but I don't know if that means that we're going to be back on the 6th or whatever. So I will inform everybody as soon as I find out about that.
Here.
Right on.
Which might mean unfortunately we get 2 weeks off, but that does mean that the mine adventure will be that much better because I will have 2 weeks of prepping and
To
stuff.
cook, yeah.
Just because
The big dungeon delve.
yeah, I want to see.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be tight.
Oh, you have no idea.
I gotta make sure I learn how to fully play my character by then.
I want to see.
Were we
Yeah, go ahead.
given anything in particular to notify that we're allowed in the mine?
Yeah, the king would have had the guard hand you basically a parchment. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to drag you to
Sick.
this one. just for the record, because I want to show this off to you. This is the map I had prepared. You don't get to see the rooms yet, but that's how big it is.
Oh.
damn.
Is this the whole castle?
More or less.
Oh.
God
Oh.
damn.
Or at
Uh,
least this
Damn.
floor of the castle?
yeah. It is a relevant portion of the castle that I had planned for just in case. And we might use it eventually. But it is
Just in
a
case I snuck my way through.
45 by 60 size map. So
Sheesh.
we will put you guys back here. Why is you? Go back here. But anyway, yeah, we'll go ahead and end it off early for today, since unless there's any sort of like last minute closing things you guys would try to do
Nope.
in preparation to going to the mine.
Mm-mm.
Alrighty.
Just having the writ of passage is, I think, the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the main thing I was interested in, instead of taking the fucking.
So
command.
excited. Fuck.
You're like, trust us, bro. The king said we could come down here.
I mean, that was
yeah, we
the
got
entire point of
we've
what
got
we wanted to
manifest
do.
destiny, bro. Mandate of heaven.
That
You
was the
guys are
entire thing we
basically
wanted
an
to do.
expendable unit for the king here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
He's like,
Anything
sure,
else us?
if you succeed, great. If you fail, whatever.
We
Let's
are
get
the
off my
Centibots from Repo.
bond.
Officer, I forgot my ID.
Dude,
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost left my wallet in my car the other day.
Oh, jeez.
That was a whole thing.
Whoopsies.
There we go. All right. But yeah, I'm sorry for the black screen there. That was not supposed to happen. Yeah, that's this week's session. That was a lot of RP stuff. I personally felt really good about it, and it sounds like most of the others really enjoyed it. As Tara said, we will not be getting together next week, and pending my schedule, I think I will probably not be back in time to do the session on the 6th, unfortunately. But if we can potentially squeeze in like a Friday session or something, I will try to push them towards that, or a Saturday session maybe. Probably not likely, because John usually has his own streams kind of planned to those days, but who knows. We will see. I'm gonna go ahead and send everyone to Void. He's playing some Night Rain. I might be joining him later. If I do, I will probably stream again, but we'll see. I just like to break this up at least for the sake of the VOD. Yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, the mine shaft one is going to be really neat. I have some really cool ideas that are pretty unique, and definitely, what's the word? Oh, I forgot to put the underscore in. Not something you like. It's areas of Pathfinder and D&D that you don't get to explore very often, so it'll be fun. I'm gonna send you guys as soon as this thing says I'm ready to, and you guys can have a wonderful rest of your day. I may or may not see you again, like I said. Thanks for everyone. Bye.